Hello, I'm Chris, and this is my brand new Toyota Tacoma review video. Just joking. This is my 233,000 mile 2017 Toyota Tacoma. I've had this truck for 6 years. It is my company truck, and today I was supposed to trade it in for my new truck, and that did not go down. So people were telling me, well, just go make a YouTube video on it, do a review. So here's the window sticker so you can see it's the base model. It's a 2017 SR, and that's how much it costs brand new. And they deducted that much if you want to get it without the seats in the back. It just has that in it, and for $1,700 you can get the little seats in the back. So I cleaned it up, but I didn't detail it super clean because this is not going to be sold or anything. It's going to become a spare truck at the company I work at. So the interior, very basic. We're not doing one of those kind of reviews. It's just a regular truck, base model. So 233,917 miles. Let's talk about the things that were messed up or any problems that I had. So when I got the truck, this was loose, and at 200,000 miles, that spring went out, and it'll hit you in the head. Minor stuff. The blower motor has went out twice. One time in 2018, and I just replaced it like last week. So the blower motor is the only thing on this truck that has given any problems consistently, and the blower motor is $125 locally. As far as everything in this truck, the switch, the gauges, all that kind of stuff, nothing has given a single problem at all in this truck. Everything has worked out 100%. So at 200,000 miles, the paint did start to fail right there. That's the only paint failure on it so far. It's not that bad. I went through a flood, and this front piece with the license plate is not very well secured, and that thing flew off in water. So I had to replace all of that. It only cost about $100, and I have videos on it. As you can see, after 6 years, the headlights, they only have a little bit of fading on the top. Same thing over here. So I went and got this truck inspected today. I've never had any problems passing inspection with it. The guy actually called me over, and he said, what is up with this mileage? He thought it was a brand new truck. And I was like, nah, man, I'm just about to turn it in, so I had to clean it. And he started laughing. He's like, man, he goes, I really thought that was a brand new truck and the mileage was screwed up, and I had to ask you about it. So the tires have been replaced twice on this truck, and the company always goes with the expensive Michelin. If you're new or don't know anything about tires, spend the extra money and get the good tires on there. I promise you. I swear I've gotten 90,000 miles on a set of tires like that before. But of course, that's pushing the limit. These right here, you can see they're starting to dry rot, but they're still okay. So after 6 years, the paint is starting to break down on the wheels. It's starting to rust through in certain areas, so be aware of that. But overall, these wheels have held up many scrubbings with a very hard bristle brush, and the paint holds up pretty good. And notice the center caps are not all scratched up. So in 6 years, the plastics around the bumper have held up pretty good. The plastics up here at the top, all of this stuff is held up pretty good. No discoloration where the ultraviolet rays break it down. But I do use the expensive soap when I wash my truck. The handle in the sunlight started to break down a little bit, but none of the plastics are really badly damaged. You can kind of see starting to have a look to it. But the plastics, in other words, are holding up pretty good after 6 years. So the transmission on this truck has never given a single problem. Not a weird shift, jumped out of gear, none of that at all. The engine on this truck, it developed a shaky idle at around 150,000 miles, but that's it. This truck has never left me stranded other than a truly mechanical part going out. It was a starter. That's the only thing at 233,000 miles that left me stranded. The alternator has made it 233,000 miles and has not had to be replaced. This truck did get a complete tune-up at 130,000 miles, and a complete tune-up with a new fuel pump, new belts. As much that can be changed in a day was changed at 130,000 miles. And I'm only doing a video on this truck because this is possibly the best vehicle on earth as of September 6th, 2022. This truck has had no problems at all. It still drives like a brand new truck, handles like a brand new truck, and as you can see, some people might think that it looks like a brand new truck. That is not a brand new truck. If you want something that is going to give absolutely no problems, you fear your truck breaking down, the 4-cylinder base model Tacoma is what you want. I'm not sure about the V6 because I've never had a V6, but this is my second Tacoma. The last one I had was a 2010, and it had 243,000 miles when I turned it in, just like this one. The crappy things about the Tacoma is that the base model, this is just an SR, does not have a key fob. So you have to open and close it every time or get into it with a key. That's the only thing that sucks about it. So I always put an extra key in one of these little totes back here. It won't have the chip in it to start it, but if you lock yourself out, just keep your key there. So that hole in the seat was not there one day and popped up out of nowhere at around 200,000 miles. It just split. I put some car cover seats on it. And then the other day I have a video where I washed these seats. They were completely nasty, filthy, dirty. But for 233,000 miles, you can see that seat is held up very well and was able to be cleaned 100%. So the windshield has been replaced in it. That is just something you're gonna deal with on your roads. And you can see little nicks right there. So once again, just making this video out there for people that want a vehicle that you are not gonna have to work on. You're not gonna have to go to the shop. This is it. I don't think there's anything out there that can beat that. Absolutely no problems with anything except the starter. That's the only thing that left me stranded in 6 years. 6 whole years. The battery, we're on number 3 battery. That's gonna go out. Like I said, alternator has not went out on it. So that's just my personal advice. I'm a guy that has never taken my car to the mechanic ever in my life. I do all my own work, and I've been doing it for over 20 years. And I am personally recommending a Toyota Tacoma as possibly the greatest, most dependable vehicle ever produced on earth. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.